Shalom, family. Good to see you all here. Hope you're doing well. Listen, Texas got flooded, but this is not just an ordinary flood. Before, when this place would flood, they could depend on FEMA. And Donald Trump wants FEMA gone, and a lot of it has been dismantled and people have been let go. So when they had the flood this time, people were trying to get help and they couldn't get help at all. So you're going to hear that in this story, but folks got to get used to the idea now when natural disasters and things happen, you might have been used to FEMA being there. FEMA's not there anymore, not like it used to be. He wants FEMA completely gone. So now when these areas go underwater, these folks are pretty much on their own. And I think they don't get this because, this part of Texas looked like it was a lot of white people in this area. It was in the northern part of Texas. I didn't see many of our people at all. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Share. So you can hear this yourself. But I think a lot of people are going to have to get used to the fact that nobody is coming to the rescue when these things happen. You really going to have some kind of plan to get out of a situation if there is a disaster. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Thank you.
So Kristi Noem didn't renew contracts for FEMA call centers. So people down here in Texas who are still getting flooded out, by the way, there was nobody there to take their call. Thousands of people couldn't get through. Imagine that. Imagine everything is destroyed. You got no one to call but your insurance company and FEMA. Your insurance company tells you to fuck off because you don't flood insurance. So all you got is FEMA, but that nobody answers the phone at FEMA. That's Republican government. That is Republican government. This is Old Texas Paul. I hope your coffee's as good as mine. Hell, I hope it's better. Then on top of that, we've got a pediatrician down here that's been fired from her job for making the horrendous statement of, you get the government you vote for. Yeah. But you know what? I can say it. Can't fucking fire me. You get the fucking government you vote for. You went out and you MAGA stupid dumbasses went out and voted for stupid shit instead of voting for the party that keep.
Bro, I'm swimming. I'm swimming.
Flash flooding overwhelmed roads across the state of Texas Thursday as a storm system dropped more than 10 inches of rain in several hours on some parts of central Texas. In Menard, in the state's hill country, people waded through the water after it inundated roads and cut off dozens of surrounding homes.
This is a city that has had torrential rain for several hours. These storms just trailing over and over again in the same direction, and that has caused a tremendous amount of flash flooding.
The quick and consistent onslaught of rain caused the nearby San Saba River to raise by more than 10 feet.
And it's rained, folks. It's rained a lot.
County Commissioner Tyler Wright says the community is still cleaning up from the deadly flash flooding that swept through the region, killing more than 130 people in July.
This is not normal flooding for you guys to have in November.
Not at all. And we've got water running. I mean, you've seen the park. We've got Christmas decorations set up. That stuff is in the heart of the floodway. And that stuff's going to, it's going to be gone more than likely.
And the water level is slowly dropping again here on the Guadalupe River that you see behind me here in Kerrville this morning. There is some more rain that is falling up to our north. Meanwhile, everyone we talked to said that they are paying very, very close attention now to those alerts they are getting on their phones during these storms.
Bro, I'm swimming. I'm swimming. We're swimming. Wow, that is crazy.
Oh my goodness. Buddy. Man, it's getting intense out there. Rolling.
If you wanted to know what it was like when the waters in Texas came flooding in, this is your video. This is only one example. You can see the water rushing in, and in a matter of minutes, it will rise up to the level of this bridge that somebody is recording off of. You can see all of the debris coming down the river. This water may not look as fast moving as it is, but it's very fast. It's powerful. It's strong. It's taking down entire trees. And as you can see, now it is almost level with this bridge. And by the end of this video, it will be covering the bridge. This is another look of a time lapse of a river rising about 100 miles from Kerrville. This swell happened in a matter of 10 minutes. So did you guys know that Gypsy Rose is getting out of jail on December 28th of this year in 2020?
Folks along this Guadalupe River and across the Texas Hill Country remain under flood watches and in the danger zone tonight. And about an hour from where we are in Kerrville in Menard County, already we saw a flash flood emergency as there were roads, homes, and businesses that were flooded after more than 6 inches of rain fell there. And in Dallas today, we saw very heavy rain with drivers there plowing through those flooded streets. And check this out in West Texas, where there were these giant, massive plumes of dust caused by the wind from these thunderstorms. Now, state officials do tell us that they have helicopters, boats, and rescue teams at the ready as they are preparing for these flood watches that are expected to continue until tomorrow morning.
Here it is. He just couldn't help himself. Trump has blamed Biden for the disastrous flooding that occurred in Texas and then walked it back.
The federal government left key vacancies at the National Weather Service or in the emergency coordination?
No, they did not. They did. I'll tell you, if you look at that water situation that all is, and that was really the Biden setup. That was not our setup, but I wouldn't blame Biden for it either.
He just refuses to own anything. And the reality is this occurred under his watch as president, and these cuts occurred under his administration to the National Weather Service. Now, the National Weather Service stands by their forecasting regarding this, but in new reporting from the New York Times, they're saying that the weather center that reports on the area that was most affected by this flooding was short-staffed. This is the San Angelo office, and they were missing a senior hydrologist, a staff forecaster, and a senior meteorologist.
Good evening. We begin tonight with this cross-country storm that has just begun. It's expected to affect record-breaking holiday travel, slow-moving all weekend right into early next week. Heavy rain and flash flooding from the southwest to Texas this weekend. The storm then moves across the south and across the Midwest, and then pushing right up the East Coast into the Northeast just as travel nears its peak next week. Tonight already, floodwaters washing out roads in Junction, Texas, more than 100 miles northwest of San Antonio. More than a half foot of rain falling in parts of Texas. Delays tonight reported at major airports across the country already, Los Angeles to Chicago to New York. The FAA predicts the busiest air travel for Thanksgiving in 15 years. AAA projecting nearly 82 million Americans will travel this holiday. That would be a record, and they will do it now in the middle of a storm. Lee Goldberg standing by with the forecast, and Whit Johnson leading us off with the images already tonight.
Tonight, the historic holiday travel rush now underway, with a cross-country storm threatening to impact plans for millions in the coming days. A separate system already bringing heavy rain to Los Angeles. Drivers drenched on the 60 freeway this morning.
Okay. So if you're in the Northeast, it'll probably reach us like towards the end of the week. It should be a lot of this heavy rain that dropped on Texas should be reaching us on the east, over on the East Coast. And this one, y'all, was so bad. Not only did so many people, it was, I think, like they're predicting like 130 lost their lives because this thing rose so fast. They didn't even get any warning. They couldn't call nobody for help. This is going to be something that's normal in this country. You know, before you could have gotten help and you would have known something was coming. But remember, Donald Trump, he cut the jobs for the National Weather Service and NOAA that could have given warnings before these floods hit. But people don't have warning. That's why so many are getting caught up in these areas and never had the opportunity to get out. And this one is a good example of that, and I don't even know what he brought up Joe Biden's name for because the cuts were done when he first came into office. So, you know, this is only going to get worse because the national disasters have gotten worse. So, if one hits your area, don't expect to get any warnings. Thanks to Donald Trump cutting so many jobs to the point where you can't even get a proper warning anymore. So, my heart goes out to people in this area of Texas. This had to be horrible. They said that water rose really fast in a short period of time. 10 inches? That's a lot. 10 inches it rose, y'all, and it didn't take long for it to rise 10 inches in a short period of time. I mean, this is really outrageous. But you can't expect politicians to care. See, they're not going through this, so they don't care. They could care less about the rest of us that are living out here among all of this. They don't care. And this is just another example right here. Mhm. Yeah, it's despicable, your taxpayer money is not even gonna help you in these situations, and the president don't care. He doesn't care. Mm, mm, mm. So, y'all, this one was very short. This one was not long at all, and the one that I'll be doing on the stolen black farmland, that should be coming up real soon because 'cause I'm almost done. I just gotta do a few more things, and I will have that uploaded. So, thank you, and I wanna thank you for all your support for my channel, and I will see you soon. Shalom, family.